wait a minute. Have you noticed there's something fishy here? Guys, be warned. The state is selling an idea. The state is selling an illusion. The state is selling a fiction to us. They are hoping that we're going to buy into that fiction. In this video, I need to unpack something that is very, very, very dangerous that is being done by the state. The state is selling us, I don't know if I should call this a fiction, but this is what I'm gonna have to do for you, right? You must look at the narrative that they are painting about accused number 3. You must look at the narrative that has been painted about the intruders, right? And then you must look at the narrative that has been painted about the intruders, about accused number 3 as well, who is assumingly an intruder. Number 3, I want us to look at the narrative that has been painted about, or is it accused number 201, which is Bongani Ntanzi. There is something that the state is trying by all means to make us believe that these are the right people, you know what I'm saying, by giving a description that seems to fit that criteria. But if you're looking at these things, you're like, no. There's danger in what the state is trying to force or to shove into us and making us believe just a delusional idea. Guys, be warned. Like, I'm gonna say this again, be warned. We need to go into this, and I need to dissect all of it one by one, and I need to show you something. You must watch this video until the end, because we need to unpack this piece by piece. Then I'm gonna show you how this thing, it is now making sense that the state is selling us this idea. But before we do that, are you interested to know more about all of this? Then please stick around. As you stick around, I put it to you that you subscribe, you like the video, and you comment in the comment section below. I put it to you that you watch all these ads, right? It's how you best contribute into this YouTube channel. I put it to you that you click the like button. It tells the algorithm to say people like the video. And guys, thank you very much. I see now we are getting into 1,000 likes. Guys, thank you very much. You have no idea how much that it helps. You know what I'm saying? You comment as well. I'm guilty, but what I'm gonna do, I'm setting up a budget, right? I'm gonna hire somebody that is gonna be responsible also, or that will help me in commenting, because we need to engage in the comment section. There's a join button, guys. You can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. Lastly, good people, we are on our journey to 20,000 subscribers, and we will get to 20,000 subscribers. But before the end of August, we will get to 20,000 subscribers. But in order for us to get there, you need to subscribe. Having said all of that, let's go back to the business here, good people. Now, let me start by the idea of intruder. Now, before I get into the idea of intruder, let me start by the narrative that has been painted about accused number 3, because it is very imperative that you understand why accused number 3 is being painted the way it's being painted. Now, if you have listened to carefully, the person that has been masterminding this illusion, you know what I'm saying, it has been Sergeant Masondo. Sergeant Masondo has painted a picture. Sergeant Lamine was just adding things there and there. Sergeant Masondo painted a picture that accused number 3 is more or less like they are painting him as just a dumb guy. But if you're looking at this guy, like, honestly, guys, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe this guy is dumb. I don't believe this guy is dumb. I believe this guy is very intelligent. I was looking at this guy, I was like, nah. The narrative that the state is painting here versus this guy, and they're like, nah. Like, take a look at this guy, guys. I want you to tell me this. Do you think that the guy here is actually dumb, like the way they are painting? Remember, they get there, this is what they said. Even if a person is cooperative, but the narrative, I'm gonna show you that. He gets them. Now, remember that he's got a gun in his house, right? That's the first thing that you need to note. He's got a gun in his house, right? They find him there, and then he just, like, he's numb. We want to search your house. Okay, go ahead. We want this. Like, that's the narrative that they are driving, right? They are exactly like the ANC, by the way. Let me remind you, the ANC have incorporated the June 16 as if it was something that they used to agree with. They have never publicly say, yeah, this is June 16, yeah, it's what we advocated for, but they've painted it as if they've always been in agreement with it. But there's a statement that was said by Malema that ANC distanced themselves from the people that were protesting in 1976, which is these young people that today they are celebrating. It's the same thing. It's like it's a manipulation trick where you don't necessarily have to say the thing, but you paint a picture. That's why it's called a narrative. So the narrative here is that accused number 3 is dumb. Accused number 3, he doesn't even think he's got a lack of intelligence. You know what I'm saying? He's got the things that will incriminate him. He's just, you know what I'm saying? He just allows them to do anything that they needed to do. He doesn't resist. Okay, he doesn't interact. There's no intellectual conversation between them and accused number 3. He just, guys, we've seen people getting arrested, man. You know what I'm saying? People don't react the way Sergeant Masondo has said. But there's a reason why they went with that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Having said that, there's a reason why they went with that narrative. Let me take you back into the house. Then you will understand why they now trying by all means to paint a narrative that this guy is dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's just this guy that you do anything, is just inviting you to do it. You know what I'm saying? That is the narrative that they are painting. In the house, remember, 2 intruders broke into the house, right? So when these 2 intruders broke into the house, number 1, these intruders are hitmen. But the first thing that you need to understand is that how is it that a hitman get into the house and start look? Because according to the cell phone expert, these are hitmen, right? We get that. And accused number 3 is serving 30 years in prison for the murder of the Alexandra taxi boss. Yeah. So it's clear that, okay, these are hitmen. So if they fit the criteria of a hitman, then you can't tell me that these hitmen are the ones that went into that house. To get a point. Why? Look at what happened. They got into that house. They wanted cell phone and money. Right. That is the narrative that we have been given. Right. After that, Longwe pushed the other one like a scrum. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then Longwe leave. These intruders, they don't react. They're already compromised. Yet they still stick in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because they are dumb. That's what you need to understand here. They are dumb. Right? Focus on this point. They are dumb. So they still stick in the house, no problem. So if these people stick in the house, as these people, the other people, or the 7 people in the house, as they realize that, maybe there were 6 by then because Longa had left the house, as they realize that, these people are dumb, what they then did, they were like, okay, we're all gonna attack them. That's number 2. So they rose and then they attacked these people. Mind you, according to Longwe, these 2 intruders had each with a gun, right? I'm gonna show you. We need to talk about the gun as well. Yeah, guys, this case is a mess. It's a mess. Like, it's a serious mess. I'm gonna show you why I'm saying it's a serious mess. So these 2 intruders, with both of them, according to Longwe, had guns. They allow you to hit the other one, and they are not shooting at you because you are compromising them. That's the first thing. The second thing, people are rising up from the house. According to the public figure, Mapopola, Zandi Kumalo, the other one had a knife. You are taking a person with a knife, the other one with a gun. They are not doing anything to you. Hence, remember the words of Advocate Ramasipile when he says, here we are dealing with the most dumbest South African thieves or thugs or criminals. You know why? So the state then got into the stand to perpetuate the narrative that accused number 3 is dumb. He's one of the dumbest guy we have in this country. But I disagree. I wish I can meet his friends and his family. I think, look, I'm looking at this guy. This guy is quiet. but this guy's not intelligent. I mean, this guy is very intelligent. There's something here. Guys, let me also make this point clear. Being intelligent, it should not be understood as being educated. You can't be academically achieved still you lack intelligence, and you can, like Jacob Zuma has proven that he's very intelligent, but there's no qualification there. You know what I'm saying? So we need to understand that there are people as well that education helps them to be more intelligent than others. So when we talk about intelligence, we are not necessarily talking about academic achievement. We are just talking about how you the ability to comprehend things and your decision making and all the stuff. That's the proof of intelligence, right? Irrespective of whether you've gone into an academical institution or not, that is a proof of intelligence. You know, that's how we measure intelligence. We also don't measure intelligence by the level of English that you speak. You know what I'm saying? We don't measure intelligence in terms of that. We measure intelligence by the level of comprehension, the decisions that you are making in life. You know what I'm saying? Using your own language and your own culture. That's what tells us how intelligent you are. Accused number 3, to me, he comes across as a very intelligent person, but the state then went with the narrative that he's just a dumb guy, how they arrested him, and then remember that he had dreadlocks, right? So then it fits the criteria, and the narrative is sustained that the people that were arrested there, they were dumb, they were non-resistant. To get the point now, why we are in danger here. Now you see where we're going, right? So in the house, let's go back now in the house. I'm trying to show you something here. Go back into the house now. So in this house, you've got this family that is attacking them. These people, they never ever resisted. You know what I'm saying? They never ever resisted. Even when they fired that shot, it was not to harm anybody in the house, but it was just a shot that was fired because there was already a scuffle. But it was not necessarily a fight between a strong fight that was put by these two intruders to fight the Kumalos that are resisting them. Do you see where we're going? So now the narrative is sustained that these are dumb, as Advocate Ramasipele have said that these are the most dumbest South African criminals. You move from there. Then they also now accused number 2 is now being suspected. It's 201 Bongani Ntanzi. So if you go to Bongani Ntanzi and you're looking at how they look, there's been this confession, and I saw a lot of you guys saying to me, where is this confession? I told you guys in the beginning of that video that I have it in record, but when I uploaded that confession, because of copyright claims, I couldn't proceed. I had to delete the video and re-record the video, because inside that video I had included those things. You know what I'm saying? As you always know, whenever I want to drive a certain point, I usually go to SAPC1, get a 30-second video where I want to drive a point. Even on that video, I did that. This thing is there. We were told that Bongani Ntanzi confessed. That's what we were told. And he confessed before a magistrate. And he said that he shot Senzo, right? And look at the way in which he shot Senzo. He said that Senzo was resisting, and then Senzo threw a chair onto him. And as he threw a chair onto him, then he decided that, you know what, let me finish Senzo. So that's how he finished Senzo. So if you're looking at that, so it looks like, okay, right there, the story doesn't make sense, because in the house, these people never told us that there was a chair that was through to any of this person. Do you see where we're going with this thing? So in other words, what the state is trying to do, they are trying to marry they are trying to collaborate this. Let me use the word collaborate, but even marrying, you know what I'm saying? We use that word interchangeably. So they are trying to collaborate the identity and the identity, character, and the personality of accused number 3 and Bongani Ntanzi. And they are trying to take that and collaborate it with the people that went into that house. To get the point, by painting the idea that these people, they are less intelligent. Bongani Ntanzi was arrested today, and tomorrow he confessed. It proves the narrative that Bongani Ntanzi, he's just less of intelligence. Bongani Ntanzi, guys, he's that guy that is very smart. What that guy, when you're looking at this guy, like, this guy is very smart. If you look, contrasting Bongani and Ntanzi and accused number 3, which is Mncube, Gadla Mncube, and you can see that these guys are very intelligent. These guys are very smart. However, this one, he's very quiet. Bongani, look, Gadla Mncube is very quiet, while Bongani and Ntanzi, he's this outspoken guy. You can see, even in court, even when he's appearing before your screen, you can see that Bongani and Ntanzi is very bubbly. You know what I'm saying? It's this type of a guy that is very bubbly. You know what I'm saying? That is Bongani and Ntanzi. So, if you're looking at their intellectual capacity, and you're looking at what the state is painting and giving us as intruders, there's something that doesn't make sense. And what the Khumalos are giving us as intruders, there's something that doesn't make sense. Guys, I came across a comment in my comment section that says, we will be called, this nation, us here, we will be called to come and testify. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether I'm going to be the first or not, but but again, I can confirm to you that my sources have told me that the state does not want us to attest. According to the comment, we were supposed to be, you and I, guys, we were supposed to be accused number 107. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you this, that we've been told, according to our sources, that the state does not want us to come and attest because we're going to finish them. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, guys, I'm sure that the advocate Malo is going to be angry if he come across this video. Advocate, we love you. Hello, Advocate Malloy. Okay, guys, let's not go and testify. But okay, let's go back to the point. So if you go back to the point and you're looking at what the state is selling us, it's basically they are selling the idea that you must accept these people. But we need to talk about the gun, right? This is another point that cracks the case, and it not only does it doesn't crack the case, but what can I say? I think it cracks the case, but not in favor of the state, and the narrative is not sustained, right? And we need to talk about the gun. Remember that there's been an emphasis, sort of from testimonies gathered from the people inside the house, is that the gun used there was a revolver, not a 9mm. We'll talk about that. This is where you test the state again, and you say, okay, we hear that you brought us accused number 3, Gadla Mncube, as a guy arrested for the Alexandra taxi violence. No problem. And he was found with an unlicensed firearm. No problem. And with a total number of 28 live ammunition. No problem. Now the question is asked: when you were doing your test and all the stuff, was that gun linked to the Meyiwa case? Nope. Did you do any fingerprinting to the gun and see that his fingerprints were there? Nope. Did you have a search warrant? Nope. Did you have an arrest warrant? Nope. So technically there was nothing that the state have in order for them to link Gadla Mncube to this Meyiwa case. No problem. Now we need to talk about something. There's something that is coming up here. Wait for this one. So according to most of the people that were in the house, according to Popola, the public figures, I'm sure she hates me wherever she is. So, Tsiki Mazwai, I love you. I know she's here. Tsiki Mazwai, I love you. Okay, so we've got Popola, the public figures, and the Khumalo. So the Khumalo tells a story, and others collaborate the story of 2 intruders, one with a gun and one with a knife. We're going somewhere. Remember, Gadla Mncube is found with a 9mm, right? We're going somewhere, don't worry. Don't you dare worry. We're going somewhere. I'm taking you somewhere. So we have Gadla Mncube with a 9mm. Then, look, so now let's leave Zandi Khumalo, Mtogo, Tumelo, who all agree that these intruders had one who had a gun and one who had a knife. But according to the testimony coming from, look, we had it on record, the interview that Olongwe did. 2 intruders, both of them, each with a gun. Well, I'm going somewhere. I hope you're beginning to see where we're going. There's one gun that killed Senzo. And that gun is a revolver. It has been confirmed. Now, if you're looking at why Gaza is being brought into the picture, it can only sustain the narrative that Gaza was there with the 9mm that was unused, only seen by Longwe. Do you see where we're going? Because if you cannot link Gadla Ncube and his gun to the Meyiwa trial, then what do you want us to believe? Why did you bring Gadla Ncube Carlos to this case? Because it doesn't make sense. The only way you can bring him to the crime scene, it's only if you link the 9mm that was not used in the matter of Senzo Meyiwa, and that's the only time you can then bring him into this. Otherwise, you can't. Mind you, even that gun was not used. Now we have to prove that. How are you sure that the gun you found in the hands or in the house where he resides, Carlos Gaza, Toby Simnube, okay, yeah, Gaza, to those that don't know, you know what I'm saying? If I am saying what I'm saying, that's me gathering, you know what I'm saying? If you don't understand, if I am your head, you know what I'm saying? If I am your head, I hope you get where I'm going. Or if I am, you know what I'm saying? That's me gathering. Gaza. You know what I'm saying? So this guy is called Gaza Ncube, Carlos. Hola, Carlos. We love you. We just hate what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because we can tell that, okay, you are convicted. So we hate the fact that you are convicted of such a crime. So we don't condone that, right? Yeah. As a Christian, I have a responsibility to love people while I hate their doings. You know what I'm saying? Separate the two. I must hate you for wrongdoing, love you for being a human being, and appreciate for you being a human being. I've got that responsibility. So so it's my message to God to say, I love you as a human being. I just hate your doing. Nevertheless, let's go back to the point. So how are you then going to prove that he was there with an unused firearm? To get where we're going. So we've got a state here that is trying to prove a case beyond reasonable doubt. They have never done a fingerprint on the case to say that the guy that used that firearm was Gadla Ncube. There was this fake confession done by Bongani Ntanzi, a confession that didn't even go anywhere. It was just to perpetuate the narrative. What I'm seeing from my observation, I'm seeing a desperate state that is trying by all means to pin these guys, but no matter how much they are trying to pin these 5 accused into that case, it's just not happening. They are hoping for some strange reasons that we are gonna buy into that idea, and we must state that categorically clear. I can tell you this, people don't believe all of these things that we are being told by the state. But apart from that, let's move from that. Here's our problem. Our problem here is that we as the public, we don't believe these people are part and parcel of the Meyiwa case. And should you want us to believe that, you also need to arrest the Kumalos. You know what I'm saying? Because one of them... Now let me explain something. I came across a comment where somebody was saying, why do we perceive the Kumalos as ones that needs to account instead of Mandisa? Let me explain this. The Kumalos, I made an example about this, and I said previously, there is a person that died in an unfavorable way, you know, a way that causes a lot of question, and that person is none other than Patrick Shai. Patrick Shai had a wife, and his wife's still alive, and his child. He's got children, they're still alive. Now, you must notice this. The reason we were never harsh on Patrick Shai's widow is because from the start, there was never a contradicting statement and all this stuff. But when it comes to the Kumalos, the reason, even today, I don't believe that they are innocent. Guys, it is without a shadow of doubt that they know something. It is simply because of their lies. Their stories has been so inconsistent. There's been so much inconsistent within their stories, so much so that we couldn't help but say, wait, wait, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? They have brought this to themselves. We disbelieve them. I'm one of them based on what they are telling us. You can't be in the same house. Look, say for instance, Longwe, he's singing a different tune. I'm waiting for Longwe. I'm rooting for Longwe. Yo. I can't wait to hear what he's going to lie about. Because that interview on Metro FM, even if it was not under oath, but he needs to sustain those facts. Otherwise, he is a liar. And the truth is not in him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't abide in the truth. So those are the things that we are telling. Mapopola tells us, Mapopola, public figures, and the Kumal tells a story. I'm showing you, those that don't know why we arrive at this point. They tell us a story of, I came back with Dumelo, Makumalo, Mapiri, blah, blah, blah. And Dumelo comes and say, Mina, I did not return with Zandi Kumalo. You know what I'm saying? Mina, I returned with a lady that I don't even know. She was the one comforting. To see, right there, there's contradicting. Longo tells us that there were two intruders, both of them with a gun. Dumelo tells us that there were two intruders, one with a gun and one with the firearm. Mapopola tells us the same story with that of Dumelo. Togosis tells us the same story of that Dumelo. But listen, once we are still there, we are looking at the inconsistency. Now, I'm just proving a point that how we arrived into this point where we disbelieve whatever the Kumalos are telling us. Now, you've got a guy called Togosis. He tells a story of how one of the intruder actually was running after him, but the intruder didn't run after Longwe. Did you see the point? Longwe was posing more threat because he went out. He could have gone there to take a gun, and then he could have come at the back, so they wouldn't allow anybody to go beyond them. You know what I'm saying? But he tells us a story of how he was being chased by this person. And if you're taking the first story that this second person had a gun, then why didn't he shoot at Mtokozis? You know what I'm saying? So this is where it's going to be interesting to see if they ever dare to tell us that this intruder is Gadla Mncube and Bongani Ntanzi. Say for instance, Bongani Ntanzi was the one chasing after Mtokozis. Then we will still ask the question, why didn't he shoot at him? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's Gadla Mncube, because now, if the state is coming to say to us, one had a revolver and one had a 9mm, then why they wouldn't use the 9mm in all of this? Why they wouldn't use all of these guns? They are not shooting Longwe, they are not shooting Mtokozisi. Just the case, guys, it keeps falling apart, man. It just doesn't make any sense. We are trying to put these pieces together. As a public, there's a case that is ongoing. It's called the Omotoso case. And the reason we are close in believing to that case, it is because of certain testimonies that it's collaborated. It might be lies, but on the surface, certain testimonies are collaborated into that story. But on contrary to the Meiwa case, I'm seeing a lot of loopholes. I'm trying to figure out almost said the word that I'm not supposed to say. Why did you bring Gadla Mncube to do what? Do you see the point? Why? How is Gadla Mncube, Carlos linked to this? Yes, we get the fact that he fits the criteria of a hitman. We get that. We don't fight that. He's serving 30 years in prison. We don't fight that. We don't resist that. What we are saying is, how is he linked to the Meiwa case? And even when you try to link him to the Meiwa case, we're still gonna see more cracks, because we've already been told there were two intruders, one with the firearm, one with the knife. So how are you gonna pin him to this one now? I don't know if you see where we're going. Some people are disrespecting our intelligence here. I don't know who told them, but that's stupid nut that we can't piece this information together and see somebody is fooling us. This is a broad daylight robbery. Now, it's no longer the intruders that are robbing us. It is the state that is robbing us. This is not how things are supposed to be. Guys, let me tell you this. When I had an opportunity to interact with some of these people who are hitmen. And when you interact with them, you think you are just talking to an ordinary human being. But the thing that distinguishes them, hitmen, most of them, they are full of respect. I always hear people, especially in the road range, where people are showing themselves, hey, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to do this. I always look at them, I'm like, you want to portray yourself as a hitman? Hey, hitmen are full of respect, guys. These guys those people are so down to earth. I met one in a local Don Park. I remember Don Park Estate. I visited the Don Park Estate, and then I was the one pushing this guy not to commit crime. I was busy convincing this guy, please don't do this thing. You know what I'm saying? And he was listening to me. We had a very intellectual conversation. It was me saying, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, please don't do this. You know what I'm saying? This is not. Guy, we had a very intellectual conversation. So you cannot portray hitmen as if hitmen are just these dumb people, or hitmen, you provoke them, they just shoot at you. No, those guys are so, like, you can step on their toes and you say, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. You're just gonna say, okay, no problem. That's how humble are those people. Meet them in real life. I'm telling you, you will be shocked when they tell you that this is a hitman. You're like, huh? This guy. And then you get the confirmation, you're like, oh, and then you start fearing this guy. But I'm telling you, talk to this guy. Man, these people, it's like the devil is choosing the cream. Most of them, like, I've interacted with people who are in the rank. The other time, I had a friend that was driving around Faraday in Joburg, so I visited him. He showed me one guy, and I was like, you see this guy? And I'm like, yeah, that's a hitman. And I'm like, huh? You see that guy? That's a hitman. That guy, he's cracking jokes. He's fun. He's doing almost all things that normal people do. You can see the sense of humor in him, sense of intelligence. But the state, for some strange reasons, they are bringing people, painting them as these hitmen who are so dumb. I'm trying to find out here. You can come to me and show me and prove you proving to me that accused number 5 is a mastermind. He's been in conversation with Kelly Kumalo. Accused number 3, you prove to me beyond reasonable doubt, because he's serving 30-year sentence, that accused number 3, he is a hitman of note. Then you want to take that and you want to mix it with the Kumalo intruders. You are telling me that this person is well experienced, as you want to portray him. He has been into this business. He is now arrested for the Alexandra case. On top of that, after proving that this guy is a hitman, he has an experience in the department, but you still want me to believe that for some strange reason, the very same experienced guy in the industry was in the Kumalo house, robbing the Kumalo house, and he was so dumb that he could let Longwe live and he could allow the families to attack them without shooting at them. You prove beyond reasonable doubt that this guy, you found him with 28 live ammunition. He failed to use those things to finish the Kumalo families that were fighting him or threatening him. You still want me to believe you? Well, first of all, you prove that this guy is experienced. Secondly, you prove that this guy has 9mm versus a revolver. And as far as my analysis are concerned, 9mm performs better than a revolver. You know what I'm saying? From my knowledge, it performs better. That guy had a gun that performs better than the other one. Had bullet, live ammunition. You still want to convince me that the same guy with so much experience, he allowed Longwe to attack him. He also allowed guys, I don't get it. This guy who's so experienced allowed the Kumalo families to attack him, and it does nothing. And you still want me to believe you? I'm not doing that. If I had to do that, I would do that at the detriment of my soul. I'm not going to do that. We need the real intruders here. The people that were being given here, these are not real intruders. Because if these are experienced hitmen, then we need these fake hitmen and these intruders that will fit the profile, because These ones, they don't fit the profile.